Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
We're on, brother. Slim, girlish figure.
I wish it
Thin, slim.
Nothing
by the way.
way.
We like that type of pizza. We don't
Nothing
call
would
it
make
thin
me-
crust. We call it
Gay crust?
Slim
slim crust. Slimming.
One day I would just love someone to say, Ralph, you look too thin. I would love that. I would never be.
You're running like 28
Yeah,
miles
I know.
a day.
I really
right?
am trying.
Ralph.
Now wait, let me ask you this: before you jump in there, Goose, are we running? Is this show going?
We're recording right now. Look, we're
Welcome
28.
to the Wylde Goose Show. Now listen.
Hey!
And what we're going to do is that the whole point of being a guest on the Wylde Goose Show,
Yes.
Other route is we don't speak with you at all.
We have no
don't
questions for you or
questions
nothing.
Or nothing. And then we're going to give you a shirt that says, I was ignored.
Oh, I like
On the
it.
Wylde Goose
By the
Show.
way, nothing would make me happy.
Yeah. But then at the end, we'll say what you're pushing or what you're promoting or
Okay,
whatever.
sure. I'll just sit here and listen to you two.
But
I'm
when
fine.
are you going to enter? Because we notice on your Instagram, you're running about 628 miles a day.
By the way, the
crazy.
fact that you both know that because you follow me, you don't know how happy that makes me.
Well, we notice you're now. Let me
You can
ask
tell
you
Big
this.
J that now.
When are you going to run the New York and Boston Marathon? That's the question.
Yeah, so I'm going to never run a full marathon. I think I'm too old and too big for that, but I'm running halves. I'm running my first official half marathon in 2 weeks, and then I'm doing the New York City half in April.
So what do you bring out another person to do the other half?
Yeah, exactly. You do 13 miles.
wait,
What, your
better
brother?
yet-
Your
No.
brother comes in.
Better yet, no. You drive, you run, you do the, what is it, 27 miles?
It's 26.2 or 13.1 for the half.
Okay, 26 miles, and then you run the 13. Me and JD pick you up and drive you to the finish line.
I'm for it. I would love it.
Walk out, and you take the new world record.
Exactly.
I would 100% love that.
But we
for
don't
me.
pad it up that much. I mean, usually, what is the world record? 2 hours and 14 minutes? or something?
It's something ridiculous. Yeah.
All right, well, 2 hours, 14 minutes. You beat it at 2 hours and 13
52.
minutes and 8 seconds.
And just got to throw water all over him like, woo!
Yeah, we'll just
Wow.
and we'll stop off for a couple pies on the way.
By the way, the
2 hours,
sit-
5 minutes.
It's 2 hours and 5 minutes. The guy, it's basically running a 4-minute mile for 26.2 miles, which is insane. It's my new goal. I'm 52. I just turned 52 on New Year's Eve. It was my birthday, right?
Yeah, that's right. You and your brother.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
your
not that
brother's
far
the year
apart.
before.
I'm
and
the year
you come
before.
in.
I'm 31. I'm December 31st. He's the first, right? 4 minutes apart. But
Wow.
it's crazy. Yeah, in different decades. I was born in 69. He was born in
That's
70.
crazy.
Right? But my goal, if I
So
do
you
enjoy
can argue
this,
over what decade was better.
right. Well, I could say all the 60s was better. I was there for the Beatles, the landing on the moon.
Exactly.
I got all that shit.
Yeah.
He's in the 70s. I was in the 70s with him, too.
Yeah.
And you were there for when the Mets and the Jets won their last World
That's
Series.
I was there for all that.
Well, not the Mets, but the Jets definitely.
Yeah, I mean, well, still, what was the last Mets moment? What was it,
86.
86?
I was like...
You were there.
I was there.
I think there was far more monumental things in the 60s than the 70s as far as like nationally important
Definitely.
things.
Well, the moon landing was pretty
moon
big.
landing's a big one.
Yeah,
big.
but the Bay City Rollers was the 70s.
That's
That's
true.
right.
That's true. But I was there for the 70s too.
Don't ever take that away from me.
So I'm going to do a half marathon every couple of months in a different state or country. That's my plan, which is pretty wild. Considering when I started at 50, I couldn't run 30 seconds, and now I could run.
So you run half, and then what? You just walk back?
No, they have halves everywhere. They have halves.
You
are a
just
thing.
walk back? Is it?
You call it a day. Like, I'm done.
I don't get it. What do you think?
You run halfway, you turn around, I'm done. You just walk back home.
Well, that's what I usually do when I'm making love to Barbara Ann.
You go halfway?
No, I go all the way, but I mean it's probably about 8 seconds. I don't go the full minute. I go like 8 seconds.
You're up to
But
8 seconds now.
I always
Good.
remind her though, that was the greatest 8 seconds you ever going to have in your life, woman.
in Zakk's defense, that 8 seconds also includes an apology and a cleanup.
Yes, that as well. And I always make sure it's a warm towel.
That's right.
Yeah, it's
good
cold,
boy.
because it's cold.
Good one. It's shocking.
Shocking. You don't want to shock the
Shock master.
You don't want to be the shock master. You want to be the comfort master.
So you guys now are on this network that I've started, right? This
Yes,
is Guest
Goose.
Digital.
I said this is awesome, and Goose said, unfortunately for him, yes, it's true as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. It took, I'm going to say, with your wife and I talking a year?
6 years?
About a year. Right? Is that about right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, well, I mean, that's, just because we're the kings of procrastination. So, we'll get around to that. You know what I mean?
We'll do it. We got it.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Oh, here we are.
Oh, congratulations. This is the second video one, I think, or first or second video one.
Oh, the second video.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I appreciate
And
it.
what is it? What's the gap between that? A couple months?
That's fine.
what I'm saying.
By the way, just so you know, I'm a bevy of podcast useless knowledge, or take it how you ever want. Like for most of this network, 96% of it is audio. It's 4% that watch. That may change over the course of the next few years.
When people see us, they just start throwing up.
Because Wylde Goose, people were asking, they go, well, what are you and Jay, what's your show about? I said, it's useless information. And the show contains zero nutritional value.
Oh, there we go. Well, then I just hit the nail on the head with that. So
Exactly.
Perfect.
It's great
Good
to be a
job.
part of it.
Yes.
Thanks.
So you're picking a pizza place for his birthday. Are you a big pizza man, Zachy?
Without a doubt. I mean, who isn't?
I think that now that I tried not to have it because I'm trying to lose weight, so I stay away from it.
Stop that.
Yeah, well,
What are you losing weight for?
I need to be about 20 pounds lighter.
Why? We love you the way you are. More of you. We love you.
you go, that's why you eat the thin crust, so
Exactly.
you stay thin.
No, slim crust.
Slim crust.
You're kidding yourselves.
You eat the slim crust, so you
That's
stay
right.
slim.
It's slimming.
See what I'm saying?
But also, as rock and roll dudes, as rock stars, your job is to stay thin. That's like the number one job of a rock star, is stay in shape.
And drugs. No.
And drugs.
It used to be.
That's why we're huge fans of Richard Simmons. He's a not only an inspiration, he's a life coach.
He is? Is he still alive? I didn't even know he was still
do you
alive.
mean?
And
He's still
he's a powerlifting guru as well.
We just talked to him. He's fine.
Is he fine?
No, he's fine.
Wasn't there a podcast about finding Richard Simmons? Like, he disappeared for a while.
I don't know. You would know that.
I would know
His
that.
influence will never disappear.
That's fair enough. Him and Jack LaLanne are the two mains.
How about Jack LaLanne? He was amazing, man.
What was it? His 90th birthday, swimming with 90 boats on his back across the Hudson.
Amazing.
It's so funny because we're so old.
Totally.
His influence not only has lasted, but people don't know who he is anymore.
No, of
I
course
watched
not.
the TikTok video where a guy's looking at him up. He goes, "Who is this guy, Jack LaLanne?"
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I was like, "Oh my god,
He made
dude."
it to 100 years old.
Yeah, he did.
That was amazing.
It's pretty wild, yeah. And it is inspiring. It's funny that it takes, unfortunately, I just came from doing my health and wellness show, so I'm a little more metaphysical right now, unfortunately. But it takes, unfortunately, tragedy or something bad to happen before you really try to start focusing on making your life better. I wish that wasn't true, but for most of us, it is. So for me, when I got really, really fat, and one day I did a very popular radio show on Sirius XM, and I got about 1,000 "you fat fuck" emails. You look like beige Shrek. You like all these fucking horrible.
All from Zakk.
All from Zakk.
That's just very unnice.
He was very
Yeah, it's like
nice
that-
that day.
that was when
I
I-
remember he was giggling.
And he's like calling JD. JD, I got another one. We're gonna call him Frankenfat. I'm like, oh man, come on.
Oh, man.
Fatty Warbuckles.
There was, by the way,
another one.
There was a time years ago, Zakk. We're going back like 10, 12 years ago, where I used to just send you pictures of like porn shots. Do you remember me doing that to you?
Yeah, I still use them to this day.
I used to just send them like inappropriate porn pictures for no
Actually,
reason.
you know what? Barb's always stealing them from my phone. That's right, woman. She's sitting there over there shaking her head.
But so that was my catalyst, and now I've lost 70 pounds at this point. And I need to lose 20 more to be back to where I was before I got fat.
Ralphie, I'd like to lose 200 pounds.
How tall are you, Zachy?
How tall am I?
Yeah,
I tell Barb I'm 7'2", because it's all proportional.
it's over proportion. Yeah, how were you, like 6 feet? Is that about right?
But now 6 feet tall.
You're 6 feet. Okay, because
I have 2 feet.
JD has 2 feet.
it is easier to hide your fat when you're my height. People don't see it as much, because
What'd you do? You just cut out the sugar, man.
yeah, and I run, like you said, I run like 30 miles a week, and I just watch what I'm eating.
Sugar's
a
everything,
big
man.
one. Yeah, it sucks. It just
Sugar's everything, man.
yeah, it's
Are
a
you
big one.
kidding me?
And sugar and carbs are the two worst ones. But carbs, as in breads and pastas.
Yeah, starchy carbs.
Yeah, starchy carbs are shitty.
I mean, just tell any of your friends if they're like they want to lose weight. I go just don't
Blood
drink
sugar.
soda, don't drink
Yep.
this, don't drink. I mean, I'm just saying, all I drink is. I remember at one point I was 223. I was bulking, just eating normal. I always eat clean anyways, but I'm lifting and everything like that. Just literally cut out sugar, cut out every starchy carbs, everything like that. No cardio, just lifting heavy. Mm-hmm. But got down to like 192.
Oh wow! But no cardio.
No cardio.
Because to me, the only reason why I like cardio is because it's quiet time, where no one's bothering
just to
you.
get away from it. But that's the same thing with lifting, though.
Yeah, I guess that's
if you're
true.
lifting by yourself and you don't have JD yelling at you.
And you like flash dance, right?
Yeah, I do. I do enact these scenes, the
I
dance
definitely
moves.
dig flash dance too.
know,
I like the thing where me and JD do it all the time on stage. Where we just douse each other with water and stuff
the
like
leg warmers and shit. It's
I do the
yeah.
in the barnyard scene in Footloose. I do that by myself very often.
That's not bad either.
That helps me really unwind that scene.
JD enjoys doing the floating off the bed from The Exorcist, and we also enjoy doing the getting eaten by a shark Quint scene.
Oh,
we
definitely.
like to recreate that one as well.
all the time.
That's right. We just had on SDR the guy that created Reno 911. That's
which
one of
is
my
a great
favorite-
show.
Robert Garrett is the main guy, the guy who plays Junior. Him and the guy in the short shorts created that series, right?
my God.
And he's a screenwriter, which I didn't know this, like an unbelievable screenwriter. He wrote he writes movies to be sold. He's not looking to create art.
Right.
So he wrote All Night at the Museums. He wrote Baywatch. He wrote like 50 movies that they just sell.
Yeah.
He's sold over $1 billion worth of tickets.
True documentaries.
Yeah, he just doesn't.
Yeah.
But he breaks it down. Every movie that's been a big movie, for the most part, follows a methodology of a 100-page script. By page 10, this happens. By page 50, this happens. Wow. And he started breaking down Jaws, The Matrix, The Exorcist, and every one of them follows that fucking pattern. So he said, just learn that pattern, then write your fucking story. It was really wild to hear that story.
Oh.
Wow.
It makes you think. You don't have to do that. I don't know if it's with music. Do you guys follow a pattern or no?
Well, no, it was so talking about a pattern. I was just looking on my phone. When Zeppelin records.
I thought you were looking at your phone of the old porn I was sending
Well,
you. But okay.
that Barb stole all of it. But anyway, so
It's gone, Ralph.
no. But the thing is this: it's like first album's like 43 minutes. Second album 45 minutes. 3 was like 42 minutes.
Yeah.
43 minutes. Like each record was like literally almost 43 minutes long.
But was it because back then it was only 8 tracks?
But like one of them wasn't
was
even.
it?
Yeah, but it wasn't even like one was 57.
No, I dig it.
One was 43. One was 49, and one all almost 43 minutes. Or the only differentiation. 45 minutes and 43 minutes, like that close.
I hear you.
What about these early Sabbath records? Do you know? I'm curious. I would.
I'll probably look. I could look on my phone. I would imagine it's probably. But then even
probably
Barb
is.
said vinyl back then
It could only fit so
hold
much.
60 minutes or 58 minutes
Right.
or something like that. So
Totally.
but that still gives them a
That's what I'm saying.
12-minute wiggle room.
Barb just yelled at me. She said 47.
First Black
Exactly.
Sabbath album was
There you go.
38 minutes and 12
Barb just
seconds.
gave me
There you
this
go.
sign. She went like this, and I just gave her this sign.
And then she gave him this sign.
Yeah, that's just is she calling me home? She's doing it right now.
I know. She's very unnice to him.
When you guys come to New York like this, you've been here almost a week. Do there certain haunts or certain things that you feel like, oh, when I'm in New York, I got to go A, B, and C?
Yeah, JD likes going down to like all the.
The whorehouses? I get it.
The old ones. Yeah. I don't live far, so I have a membership. You know what I'm
JD
saying?
knows certain streets: herpes, gonorrhea, and syphilis.
Any street you need.
Yeah, you have a punch card for all of them, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No, but
you know-
you grew up here. You don't live here anymore.
No, I grew up in Jersey, but
Right,
we
close
never
enough.
really. But we never came up to the city. That
Nah,
much,
not
you know?
that much.
Really?
Nah, not when we were kids. No.
I'm such-
My cousins, my Aunt Maureen and my Aunt Louie, they lived up in. And my cousins Christopher
In
and
Jersey
Timmy,
City?
they were the ones that turned me on to the Stones and everything like that. But they
Yeah.
lived in Jersey City.
Yeah. So that
You know,
wasn't far from the city.
So, I'd always hear sirens and cop cars and everything. So I was just
Gunshots.
like, we must be getting close to New York.
For me, it was a journey like to go to the Birch Hill or go out to Jersey. I
And
lived in Brooklyn,
that was my backyard.
Yeah, it was a journey. We had to, I would
Why
rather
would you go there when you got Lemoore,
Yeah, I would
the
go-
capital of Brooklyn?
But Birch Hill was awesome.
Birch Hill was more of an
it was
experience because there was the outside area.
I missed the
Totally.
Birch Hill. I missed all that experience. I never played there with Cyrus.
No?
No?
No, we did
but
Close Encounters.
But we actually played there.
I know, but that was like years later, though.
Yeah.
they
With
were
Pride
in-
and Glory.
But you were there when
I
you
was
said it
there. I
jumping.
sat in with Edgar Casey every
Oh,
Friday
Edgar
night.
Casey
No, but
played
you
my-
said it was packed.
It was
and-
packed.
unbelievable.
It was insane. We were kids.
Yeah.
It
No,
was
but you
so
wouldn't
much
need a
fun.
national act coming through.
No, Edgar Casey would pack
was like
the
the
place.
national
No, but
act.
there would be 1,200 people.
It was.
800
Yeah.
It
people.
was 1,000
nuts.
people every Friday night.
And there
then
was a
Wednesday
deck
night at the
outside.
big band.
You
No, it
could
was
get
like
like a hot dog out on the deck outside.
Yeah.
It was really because
All the swimming pools.
Oh,
and
yeah,
shit,
it
that
was
whole
really
area.
unique.
No, it was a
great.
great hang.
And Art was awesome. He'd come out every now and again, all bombed up, open the bar. You guys got 10 minutes, open bar. He's like, yeah, fucking Art was awesome.
That was a unique spot, Birch Hill. It really
It
was.
was killer, man.
Yeah, Lemoore.
But like we said, me and JD talked about this before. Like everything pretty much has a high school 4-year lifespan, and then things start evolving and changing. Like you guys are just talking. I completely missed that Birch Hill experience,
Right,
because I was playing with the boss at that time. So, but the thing is this: it's like when did the Birch Hill change? Where you said like you had the deck out there, you had hot dogs, the pool, 1,000 people on a Friday night.
It had a good run.
Once Rock
definitely
changed, that closed off. Because I was running rock clubs here in New York and in Jersey as well. And I had Edgar Casey would play my club. I ran Lemoore's for a bit in Brooklyn, right? And I ran a club called Christopher's in Brooklyn. And in the early 90s, when grunge came on, it changed the club experience. We could not run rock clubs anymore, and it was sad to see that happen. 92 was the last good year for rock clubs. It fucked up everything. And I worked the Limelight. I was the DJ and promoted the Limelight every Sunday.
Played there too.
And that was an incredible. I mean, we give you. It was like in 1990. I think it was 91, the year that LA Guns put out Ballad of Jane on that second record, right? 4,000 people in the Limelight to see fucking LA Guns, which is crazy. You could not move in the place.
I know.
And those environments, that was a time when Pearl Jam could play, Tool could play, and LA Guns could play, and they would all fill the room. That was an amazing time. It didn't matter, these guys are a hair band or these guys are a this band. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Rock was rock and you could fill the room. It was incredible. 91, 92, that started to change. That's what changed everything. Nirvana and that shit. Wow. There was a 1-year period where you could play it all. You could play Nirvana and Guns N' Roses together. Nobody cared. That year, by the end of 92.
It's like amazing, like with Studio 54. You figure probably, 76 to 80?
Yeah.
And then I'm just saying, it's like, well, then what happened after that? I mean, I understand with the everything that went down with Studio 54.
Yeah.
I got to go at Studio 54 when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
My dad went to a party there and he couldn't find a babysitter or something like that. I was 9 and me and my brother got to go into Studio 54 in its heyday. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. There was tons of lights and everything. Yeah. But I could say I was there in the heyday of Studio 54.
But it's crazy that you would figure no one capitalized on the whole dance thing and the club experience of that Studio 54 thing. I guess like Birch Hill, like after 92, it's just like, well, what do we do now?
Yeah, there's also the drinking age changing in 1986 from 18 to 21. Yeah. That hurt a lot because then there was that 10-year period. You both should remember this, where you could be 18 to get in and 21 to drink. That doesn't exist anymore. So all those college-going kids, they have to get fake IDs or sneak in or whatever. But when you had those 4 years of kids, 18, 19, 20, 3 years, could get into these clubs, there's just that many more people going out.
Totally.
You must have happened though. Like you do an experiment like that. You're like, let's just do this. 18 is the drinking age.
Oh, forget it.
The amount of probably fatalities, car accidents, this and that, where I go,
definitely,
we got to boost it back up to 21. This ain't working.
No, right in front of Fountain Casino at the time, a good friend of ours died. He was 18. The other girl was 18 that hit him. Drunk driving, killed him.
Yeah, one of my high school friends died from a drunk driver. Yeah,
at 18 years old. Yeah. It was insane. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying, I understand the financial gain we're going to make from this.
Oh my God.
I will lower it down to 18. This way you have all these 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds. You have that 3 age of people coming out.
And that all are so excited to drink because they're first drinking.
Yeah,
and they're going to get bombed.
Yeah.
But what I'm just saying is, we noticed the fatality rate, the accidents going on. I go, this was a bad idea.
Yeah, let's go to 21.
Yeah.
How many? What was the how many accidents were at 21? There was only 50. How many now that we lowered it down to 18? 2,000. It's just like, all right, well, then,
is Canada still 18?
Yes, I think it is.
They just don't care.
All of Europe is 18.
well, it's a lot colder up there.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, all of Europe, I think, is 18 too, which is crazy. It's wild.
It's insane.
Well, the best was this. I remember when we were over in Japan, when I first went over there with the boss, like Asahi and Kirin and Sapporo, like the machines out in the streets.
Oh, really?
Where you
Beer-
could buy
beer
like buying soda, Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, or 7-Up, whatever you want. But it was beer. And I'm like going, this would never fly
In America.
That's
in America.
crazy.
Like
That's
when we
not-
were in high
way.
school, we'd never forget about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
soda.
yeah.
It's just like, dude, I'm getting a
beer.
Budweiser,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
I mean, you know.
Part of the excitement, though, in high school was sneaking around and getting beer. That was
Yeah.
like a really exciting thing when you had to do it illegally. It doesn't exist
I
anymore.
remember that in kindergarten.
Totally. I hung out with some hairy people, so they got it pretty
yeah,
easy.
that's funny. Yeah, I remember a friend of mine sneaking beer and vodka into my house when I was like 14 or 13. We were so excited. My mom was away. You know, that kind of shit. I guess it still happens. It gotta still happen.
We used to raid the liquor cabinet, you know.
My mom wasn't a drinker.
The best is this: you'd grab the vodka from your dad, you
And
know,
then pour
you'd
back
fill
the
it back
water.
with
Water. Yeah, it never worked.
You know, your dad
Fuck
would hit it and
no.
go, "You scum!
Little fuck.
I know what's going on.
Exactly.
I know what's going on here."
This is either the worst vodka on the planet,
Yeah.
or you put fucking water in this. You
No,
jackass.
you little bastards! Put water in my vodka.
That ain't smearing off.
I was waiting for you guys to ignore me the whole time. We're almost done with this thing. And
We
you guys
tried, you just wouldn't let us.
Too powering of a voice.
Exactly.
I still love, by the way, one of my favorite moments of all time is Zakk pretending to be,
Your friend?
yeah, no, but
A good guitar player.
the
That
bass
is
player
right.
of Poison, Bobby Dahl.
I'm still doing that.
You pretend to be Bobby Dahl on my podcast to freak out Big J.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That was
Hey, whatever
great.
I got to do. I do that all the time with Barb. While we're making love. You know, she's just like, "Oh, Chris, Rick, Brian." I go, "Barb, it's Zakk." She just goes, "Whatever, keep going." I go, "Okay."
Yeah, going out of the house.
Whatever, just get it
actually.
over with. It's more like-
Just going out.
Whatever. Go get me some chocolates. Leave.
She wishes he would run 28 miles. That way.
yeah, keep going in the same direction.
That way.
It's not easy. I tell you, I'm at 50 to start running is not easy. It was not fun. I hurt
Nah.
myself a lot, but what are you going to do? I didn't want to be fat
Stretch.
anymore. I didn't want to be fat anymore. What are you going to do?
Stretch it out, Ralph.
Yeah. My brother
I'm
stays
stretching
stretching
You
every
burn
day.
a lot of calories watching porn and those pictures you send me.
Yeah, that's
Come on.
good stretching right there.
That is
It's
stretching.
a different stretch. It's a one specific area.
Well, then one arm's
burning
bigger than the other.
Burning calories.
So meanwhile, guys, also just so I'm going to promote the network a little bit here because I'm on with you guys.
Okay.
You guys helped trigger or officially solidify the rock side of Gas Digital because we have
right on.
Rob Flynn, Machine Head,
Father Rob.
Jamie Josta,
Father Jamie.
right?
Jamie, yeah.
We have you guys.
Okay.
We have us.
Yeah.
Right. So now we kind of have like a real rock wing of Gas Digital happening.
All
SDR
right.
Show, my show.
Yeah.
So now that's one element of Gas Digital. We have comedy covered.
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
MMA covered. So
Yeah.
now we have
The rock
the
roll,
rock
yeah.
covered. So
As
we're gonna-
Goose would say, that's very unfortunate. Let's carry on.
Let me ask this, which you probably addressed. How did Goose come about?
The Mongoose.
Ricky
Well, just-
Tikki Tavi.
Well, because have you ever seen a mongoose attack?
No,
kill a
I've
cobra.
seen Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Could kill a cobra.
Yeah.
Fast,
You
small.
can kill a cobra. That's the goose.
Oh, that's you. So how long have you had the moniker?
Oh my God. Well, shit.
Yeah, forever.
Forever. Zack's been calling me that forever. Maybe 80 years now.
Yeah, probably about 82.
Wow.
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah, you always call me that.
All right, I like
No,
it.
when me and JD, when we first went and saw the 1927 Yankees,
Good year.
it was. It probably one, as they say. Me and
Yeah.
Goose still have to say it. Probably a lot of people argue the greatest year of the Yankees, Yankee team. That's what a lot of people say.
27.
The 27 Yankees. But I remember when we were in the stands talking about it, JD went
There was nobody there because you were talking about it in 1993.
JD
but yeah.
went and got some popcorn and got some hot dogs and came back, and I go, "Man, that was fast." I go, "You're like a mongoose or something over there." And ever since then, it's just stuck.
Wow.
That's it. It's
That's
been
fair
there.
enough. I like it.
Well, I gave Zack the name shitbag, but it didn't
It
last.
didn't stick as well.
Well, it did stick.
Too many
but-
people called him that. It lost its inside job.
Yeah.
Look at me. See, with this black shirt, I look like a hefty bag, and he just says, "You look like," and you sound like a pile of shit. A shit bag.
So we put them together.
I get it. It makes sense. It
The
also
Wild Goose sounds better.
Yeah, and because piece of shit, when everyone's calling him that, it loses its insideness. It loses its cool.
Aside of Barb. She calls me, "Oh, Chris, Rick, Brian, Barb, it's me. Oh, just leave." Is Leave a name? I don't know.
Levi.
Yeah, you change your name to Lee.
What is my name? You want to call me Levi? No, just Leave.
Leave Erickson?
Wait, first finish.
Leaf Garrett?
And leave.
Leaf Garrett? No, Leaf.
Leave. Just leave. Okay.
All right.
All right, then.
You have any other questions for me?
No, I guess we should be leaving on that
All right,
note.
we'll leave on that note. All right.
We should be leaving.
I'm going to plug myself.
Oh, my God, again? You've been plugging yourself all day.
That's how I got
this
here.
This mic smells
That's
terrible,
why I have
I got to
such
say.
a happy smile on
Well,
my
maybe
face.
that's why you gained all that weight.
Plug it up. He needs the Roto
been
Rooter.
plugged up.
He needs the Roto Rooter.
Yes, after you eat the colon clog,
Yeah.
you need the Roto Rooter.
By the way, I just was talking about this on my show. I was taking fiber pills because it's supposed to help you shit more and make you feel better. So I started taking them. And it turns out I was taking fiber pills for gay men. It was specifically made for gay men. It was their slogan was "Stay ready."
Oh, my.
And sexuality comes from the inside out.
Oh, boy.
And it had a laxative in it so that you would, because I couldn't believe how much I was shitting. And it's because I was taking made for gay men to shit themselves so much they could be ready for anal sex.
Well,
Oh, my
you don't want to make a mess.
I didn't know. I was like, why am I shitting? So it's true. It's very true.
Because then everyone will start calling you shitbag.
Shitbag
Exactly.
has a whole different meaning for me.
He doesn't want anything to do with
Yeah,
it.
so don't take the stay ready for men fiber pills. Is what I'm saying. I'm getting rid of the laxative part. Anyway, follow me at I Am Ralph Sutton at my podcast, the SDR Show, Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll Show,
Yep.
which
See,
you
so
guys have
we
done.
figured this show was complete useless information
Yeah.
and void of any nutritional value.
Yeah.
Now we just learned something.
I
Father
learned a couple things.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Thank you very much, Father.
You got another podcast too, Ralph.
Oh, yeah. Also, sorry. God damn it. Well, I said it at the top of the show, though, but my health and wellness podcast that Brian is a producer of is called The Good Sugar Podcast, which I do with the founder of Juice Press, which they have 90 locations here in New York. And every Monday we try and make me a better person.
They
not working.
They got
I
a
don't know
tall
how
order.
I don't know how that's possible.
Tall order.
All right. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Hey, thanks for coming down, Ralph.
Thanks for coming, Ralphie.